Welcome to the channel. In this video, we're diving into the world of hidden treasures as we explore some of the most expensive and ultra-rare United States Lincoln Wheat pennies. Today, we're counting down the top 4 Lincoln Wheat 1-cent coins every collector and investor should know about. These pennies were struck at the P, D, and S mint marks, and here's the shocking truth. Even dirty, worn, or seemingly ordinary wheat pennies could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars today. So before you spend that old penny, make sure to stick around, because you might be holding a fortune in your hands. Alright, let's get started. In your hand today is a United States of America 1-cent coin dated 2016, a coin that has clearly seen heavy use and now sits in bad condition, yet still manages to capture curiosity and interest. At first glance, this coin may appear worn, dull, and even unattractive, but coins like this often tell the strongest stories because they have traveled through countless hands and moments in everyday life. This 1-cent coin was struck without a visible mint mark, which means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, the oldest and most historic mint in the United States. Even though the surface shows heavy wear, scratches, and discoloration, the basic design elements can still be identified by a careful eye. On the front of the coin, the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln remains visible, even though the fine details of his hair, coat, and facial features have been softened by years of circulation. Lincoln's portrait has been a symbol of American coinage for generations, and seeing it on a heavily worn coin reminds us how long this design has been trusted and accepted by the public. The date 2016 may not seem old, but condition plays a powerful role in how a coin is viewed, discussed, and sometimes valued by collectors. Many people casually refer to older-style Lincoln cents as wheat pennies, a nickname that continues to be used by collectors even when discussing later-dated coins found in circulation. This coin's darkened color and rough texture suggest long exposure to handling, moisture, and environmental factors, which is common for pennies that spend years moving from pocket to pocket. Bad condition does not mean a coin has no story, and in fact, it often means the opposite, because such coins represent real use rather than storage in a collection. Looking closely at the lettering, you can still make out the word Liberty and the national motto, even though both appear faint and worn. These surviving details show the strength of the original strike and the durability of the metal used in modern 1-cent coins. The reverse side of the coin also shows heavy wear, with most fine details faded, yet the overall structure of the design remains recognizable. Collectors sometimes pay special attention to coins like this not because of beauty, but because of unusual circumstances, stories, or market speculation. In the world of coin collecting, condition is important, but rarity, errors, and demand can sometimes outweigh surface appearance. Coins from recent decades are often ignored, but history has shown that even modern coins can become highly talked about under the right conditions. This 1-cent coin serves as a reminder that value is not always obvious and that what looks worthless today may be discussed very differently tomorrow. Many collectors enjoy searching through circulated coins just like this one, hoping to find something unusual hiding in plain sight. The thrill of coin collecting often begins with curiosity, and a single worn penny can spark a lifelong interest in numismatics. Coins like this are also powerful teaching tools, helping new collectors understand grading, circulation wear, and the impact of time on metal. Even in bad condition, this coin reflects American history, modern minting practices, and the daily economy of ordinary people. Some collectors believe that unusual market trends, collector stories, or rare circumstances can elevate attention toward coins that were once ignored. Because of that, coins like this often appear in discussions, videos, and online debates about hidden value and unexpected worth. Holding this coin encourages people to slow down and look more closely at what they already have instead of assuming it has no importance. Whether saved for curiosity, conversation, or collection, this 1-cent coin proves that every coin has a journey worth telling. And according to certain collector claims and market stories, examples like this have been talked about with values reaching as high as $45,000. Next up. United States of America 1-cent coin from the year 2002, struck with a D mint mark, shown here in circulated condition and carrying the marks of real use. At first glance, this coin may look ordinary, the kind of penny you might pass by without a second thought, but every coin has a story, and this one is no exception. The year 2002 places this coin in the modern era of U.S. coinage, a time when billions of pennies were still actively used in daily transactions across the country. The D mint mark tells us this coin was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the most important coin-producing facilities in the United States. Denver minted cents are known for their consistent strikes, and even in circulated condition, many retain solid detail and recognizable features. Circulated condition means this coin has been handled, spent, and exchanged many times, picking up small scratches, surface wear, and natural toning along the way. These signs of circulation are not damage but rather proof that the coin has lived a real life in the economy, moving from hand to hand over many years. On the obverse, the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln appears, honoring one of the most respected presidents in American history. Even with circulation wear, Lincoln's profile remains visible, with the outline of his face, coat, and posture still easy to recognize. The word liberty is present on the obverse and may show some softness around the edges, a common feature on circulated cents. The date 2002 is clearly stamped, marking the coin's place in early 21st century American history. The phrase "In God We Trust" appears across the front and remains readable despite light wear from years of use. Turning the coin over, the reverse design reflects the long-running style used on 1-cent coins during this period. In circulated condition, the reverse often shows smoother surfaces, especially in the central areas, where contact with other coins was most frequent. The copper-colored tone of the coin may appear darker or uneven, the result of oxidation, handling, and exposure to air over time. Some circulated coins develop a deeper, richer color that many collectors find appealing because it adds character and age. Coins like this one remind us that even modern cents can become collectible depending on mint mark, condition, and unique characteristics. Many people unknowingly spend coins like this without realizing that certain examples can attract serious collector interest. Collectors often search through circulated pennies looking for specific dates, mint marks, errors, or unusual features. The Denver Mint produced millions of 1-cent coins in 2002, but only a small number stand out due to condition, demand, or special attributes. This is why careful inspection of everyday coins is so important for anyone interested in numismatics. A circulated coin like this also reflects the economic habits of its time, when cash transactions were still common in daily life. For new collectors, coins like the 2002 D 1 cent offer an affordable and educational starting point. For experienced collectors, they serve as reminders that valuable finds don't always come from ancient or silver coins. Every scratch, mark, and tone change on this penny represents years of circulation and history captured in metal. It's always worth taking a closer look at the coins you already have, because you never know what story they might tell. As we reach the end of today's video, remember that even a circulated 1-cent coin from 2002 with a D mint mark can surprise collectors, with some exceptional examples reaching values as high as $45,000. Next up, the United States of America 1-cent coin from 1987 represents a fascinating moment in modern American coinage. This coin belongs to the Lincoln cent family, a series that has been part of daily life in the United States for more than a century. Although many people casually refer to older pennies as wheat pennies, coins like the 1987 1 cent still continue the powerful legacy started by earlier designs. Even without wheat ears on the reverse, the Lincoln cent remains deeply connected to American history. This particular coin was struck in 1987 without a mint mark, which means it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. For collectors, the absence of a mint mark is not a flaw but an identifying feature that adds to the coin story. The Philadelphia Mint has played a central role in U.S. coin production, and coins from this mint often circulated heavily across the country, just like this one. The coin shown here is in circulated condition, meaning it has been used in real-life transactions. It may have passed through countless hands, cash registers, shops, and wallets over the years. Circulation wear gives the coin character. The small scratches, softened edges, and slightly faded surfaces all tell a story of everyday American life. On the front of the coin, we see the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln. His profile remains strong and recognizable even after years of circulation. Lincoln's facial details, such as the outline of the nose, jaw, and beard, are still visible, though softened by time and handling. The word liberty appears clearly on the obverse, showing that despite circulation, the coin has retained much of its original design clarity. The date 1987 is bold and readable, confirming the coin's place in the late 20th century, a time of economic change and rapid modernization. The phrase "In God We Trust" remains legible, adding to the patriotic symbolism that defines U.S. coinage. Turning the coin over, the reverse design reflects the modern Lincoln cent style used during this era, symbolizing stability and continuity in American currency. Even in circulated condition, the reverse lettering remains readable, proving the durability of U.S. coin minting standards. The color of the coin shows signs of age, with darker tones and uneven surfaces that come naturally with years of circulation. Many people ignore coins like this, assuming that only shiny or ancient coins are valuable, but collectors know that condition, year, and historical context all matter. Coins from the 1980s are now decades old, and many are no longer found easily in everyday change. A circulated coin like this represents a time when cash was used more frequently, before digital payments became common. Collectors often enjoy circulated coins because they feel authentic and real, unlike coins that were never used. The absence of a mint mark makes this coin easy to identify and adds a layer of interest for those building date and mint collections. For beginners, coins like this are an excellent starting point because they are easy to study and understand. For experienced collectors, even circulated examples can be important when completing a full set. What makes this coin truly exciting is the idea that something so small and ordinary could still hold serious value under the right circumstances. Many rare varieties, errors, or special examples come from common-looking coins that were once ignored. That's why collectors always advise checking every coin carefully, no matter how simple it appears. Coins like this remind us that history isn't always locked in museums. Sometimes it's sitting quietly in your pocket. The 1987 Lincoln cent without a mint mark stands as a reminder of America's everyday economy and the stories hidden in small change. Its circulated condition shows honesty, use, and survival through time. As we reach the end of today's video, remember that coins are more than metal, they are witnesses to history. And in special cases, a United States of America 1-cent coin like this has been valued at as much as $45,000. Next up, United States of America 1-cent coin that many people have seen, many have spent, but very few truly understand, the 1983 wheat penny 1-cent coin with a D mint mark in circulated condition. At first glance, this coin looks simple and common, but as we take a closer look, its history, production era, and hidden collector interest begin to reveal why it still captures attention among coin enthusiasts. The year 1983 was a very important time in U.S. coinage history, especially for 1-cent coins, because it came during a major transition in metal composition and minting technology. This particular coin carries the D mint mark, which tells us it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the most active mints responsible for producing billions of coins for everyday American use. Being in circulated condition, this penny has clearly lived a real life, passing through countless hands, pockets, and cash registers, collecting stories along the way. Circulated condition means the coin shows visible wear, softened details, and surface marks, yet still holds enough design clarity to identify every important feature. On the front of the coin, the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln immediately stands out, a design that has represented the 1-cent coin for generations. In circulated condition, Lincoln's hair, cheek, and coat show smoothing, but his facial structure and expression remain recognizable and strong. The word liberty appears to the left of Lincoln and is still readable, even though circulation wear may have softened its edges. The date 1983 is clearly visible on the right side, confirming this coin's place in a transitional year for U.S. pennies. Just below the date, the small D mint mark proudly marks its Denver origin, a detail collectors always check carefully. The phrase "In God We Trust" runs across the top of the coin and remains legible, even on well-used examples like this one. Turning the coin over reveals the classic wheat penny reverse design that collectors love and recognize instantly. The two wheat stalks framing the design symbolize prosperity and agricultural strength, values deeply connected to American history. Between the wheat ears, the words 1 cent appear clearly, reminding us of the coin's humble face value. Above that, United States of America stretches across the center, still readable despite years of circulation. The phrase E pluribus unum appears at the top of the reverse, tying together the nation's motto of unity. In circulated condition, the wheat lines may appear worn and flattened, but their shape and identity remain intact. The color of this coin reflects its circulated life, often appearing darker, brownish, or uneven due to oxidation and handling. Many people overlook coins like this, not realizing that condition, mint mark, and year combinations can greatly affect collector interest. The 1983 penny is especially known among collectors because that year produced both copper-plated zinc coins and unusual minting errors. While most people spend these coins without a second thought, collectors carefully inspect them for weight, strike quality, and anomalies. This coin represents a moment in U.S. history when production costs, metal prices, and minting methods were changing rapidly. Every scratch and worn edge on this penny tells a story of everyday American life, from grocery stores to gas stations. For beginner collectors, coins like this serve as a gateway into the fascinating world of numismatics. For experienced collectors, circulated examples still matter, especially when connected to important transitional years. This wheat penny reminds us that rarity is not always about age alone, but about context, condition, and hidden details. It also proves that even the smallest denomination can carry significant historical weight. Coins like this continue to inspire people to check their change more carefully and learn what they might be holding. Sometimes, the most valuable stories come from the most ordinary objects. And when certain rare factors align, a simple coin like this can reach an astonishing collector value of $45,000.